What is up, and welcome to Driving with Fear and MDI.
What is up?
What is up? What is the up? We're just driving, and you're with us. So, well, what's up?
Good job.
Anyway, so this is kind of an old, I don't know, bit or
an old thing we're bringing back.
Yeah, just something we want to bring back. We do a lot of driving, so we thought this would be pretty fun. And we always have a lot of conversations while we're driving, because you're driving, what else do you do? And
we look for animals.
We definitely look for animals.
That's the only other thing we do.
Yeah, if we see any, I'll try to cut it in or whatever, but on our journey, we've seen eagles, hawks, cranes, and then baby cranes, which are fucking adorable. And then, yeah, we've seen bears and a fox.
Gophers.
Lots of gophers or prairie dogs or whatever they are.
Yeah, little rodent things.
Yeah, we call them little buggers.
Bunnies. Bunnies.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. That's kind of the big thing that we do, is just look for wildlife.
We
love nature. And right now we live in the province of Manitoba, which is it's beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of the province.
But it's pretty.
But it's very, very pretty. It's got a lot of amazing, like, little lakes and lots of trees, and it's gorgeous. And
you know what Manitoba is? Manitoba is Barbie. It's a dumb blonde. It's gorgeous. It offers you so many delicious, wonderful things, but it's so fucking stupid.
Yes, that's fair. Now, are you talking about the movie or just the Barbie doll?
A person. A stupid blonde.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
But we were talking about the Barbie movie a couple minutes ago. So.
Okay, so 100%. It is. It has a lot of nature to offer, but there's
so much. Like, it is. It's a gorgeous, beautiful woman that has no fucking brain.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's so many things you want to play with and touch and look at, but it's just stupid.
That 100%. If you live in Manitoba, I'm sure you would agree. It's gorgeous. Get outside, check it out. Now, we were talking about the Barbie movie. Actually, I was on a giant rant about movies. So the rant started like this. The other day, I know I'm a huge film nerd. I like watching old trailers.
Old trailers.
Yeah.
Not the movie.
No, I do like watching the movies too.
No, but you don't watch the movies most of the time. You only watch the trailer.
Well, because I've seen most of the movies so many times, I just have to watch the trailer.
Then why do you need to watch? Well, just to remind yourself.
The nostalgia. But anyway, I was like watching the trailer for like Critters from like '86, and just, I don't know. I know I'm one of those guys that believes the '80s was the best time for movies, '80s, '90s, and things are rough now. But
things are rough now.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I was saying, is like, think about that. Like, we don't have the variety of movies that we used to. Now it's like you get a superhero movie, you get a guilt movie, you get like a super serious movie, and then a
historical.
And then like one for kids or something, and that's it. And I mean, you get a couple different, because every fucking studio is doing those 5 movies or whatever, so you have to kind of deal with that. But like, man, like even little critter movies, like we had Critters, Gremlins, Ghoulies, Munchie, and I'm sure there's more. And like, we don't really have little critter movies anymore, or at least none that I can think of, or at least none that were good enough that I could be like, oh yeah, by the way, this. And then I watched the trailer for a newer movie. Oh, I'm sorry, am I boring you? That's fair.
We already had this conversation.
I know, it's like I'm sorry, we weren't recording. But anyway, and so then I watched James Wan's new movie, Malignant, which I thought was incredible. And that's probably going to be one of the next movies for Horror in the Pit. The podcast comes out Thursdays. Check it out. But there was a featurette, and I watched those things too. I'm very, very nerdy. I can't help it. and because deep down I want to be a writer, and I've got a bunch of projects that I'm gonna start finishing.
I got a bunch of projects I'm gonna start finishing.
So I've got ADHD, which means I start projects really well, but I don't finish any of them. And so I've got like 2 or 3 movie scripts on the go. I've got a comedy what do you call it?
We should have gotten me a second tea.
I told you we could have gotten you a tea. You crazy?
Sorry, go back.
Stuff. And I'm probably going to blog about that over on nftfyp.com. That's the new website where you can catch all of our podcasts. You can catch them on the podcatching apps. Right now we've just submitted, and it's going to take time for that stuff to come out. But if you go to the website, you can listen to episodes right now. Tuesdays, the Talk Life Pod, which is me and MDI, talking about life, talking about crazy stories. Very much like Twat FM and Fifth Cast and all that stuff.
But you can't say Twat FM.
No, yeah,
the algorithm was so mean to us.
We absolutely love that name, but the algorithm does not. Apparently, it's a bad word.
It's a bad word.
But anyway,
apparently that's a bad word.
Yep. My bad. So anyway, it's Talk Life Podcast. It comes out every Tuesday, and then Horror in the Pit, which is very resemblance of Fearcast, where I'm talking. Actually, lately I've been talking with Artistic, my daughter.
It's our daughter.
Our daughter, yes.
I get credit for her too.
Absolutely.
She's amazing.
You get more than I do. But anyway, she's really kind of gotten into horror movies and stuff like that. So we're going to talk horror movies, we're going to do reviews, we're going to talk about music, and I'm going to have other people on. MDI is talking about coming on because I made her watch Cocaine Bear.
Yes.
So we will, I'm sure we'll chat about that maybe this weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of stuff. Check it out. That comes out Thursdays. But it got us on to the topic of new movies. And the 2 biggest movies that are coming out right now are Oppenheimer and Barbie. And there's a big controversy over the 2 because I think they're opening the same weekend, and Barbie feels like Oppenheimer's taking their thunder.
They're stealing their thunder. Which, I thought it was a competition. Didn't it used to be a competition?
That was the point.
Not a presentation? Not a
you
gala?
Get this weekend, and then we're going to get this weekend.
I don't get it.
No.
That's so strange.
And so there's been a lot of...
Unless it's the same studio, I guess.
Well, and if that's the case, then fucking move it, you dummies.
Yeah, I don't get what... Don't they make the decision of when it comes out?
Yeah, give it some grace. But the problem is there's been a lot of research in the statistics that people aren't going to the movies very much anymore, which is both true and false, because at the same time, the Super Mario Brothers movie made
tons.
Like 600 million or billion or some fucking thing.
It was a lot.
Anyway, it made a shit ton of money. The real thing is most people are looking for original stories now. They don't want a remake. They don't want a fucking sequel to another fucking franchise that we've had for years. But don't get me wrong, if they put out a new Friday the 13th, I'm going.
But it's so funny, you just said they don't want this. That Mario is another
yes, but
remake, or
it's another
step in a franchise that's been around forever.
I guess. But at the same time, at least it's kind of a different vibe. I don't know.
It was a little, I guess. It wasn't the same movie over again.
No. And, so I don't know. We'll see, but I don't know. So I was nervous to talk about the Barbie movie because I know MDI played with Barbies, loved Barbies.
I loved Barbies as a child, yes, but I'm not Barbie fanatic or anything now as an adult.
And based on the trailers, I was like, this is fucking stupid.
This looks, I don't understand it.
And so, I don't know, maybe it's a good movie. I had no plans to watch it.
Me neither. I do plan on watching Oppenheimer. I would like to see that.
And I would too.
The historical movies, I'm all for.
Yeah, and like, of course there's going to be movie magic and flair and all that bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
But that is what it is.
It's expected.
But it's probably going to be a much superior movie. So yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of my that's okay. And these don't have to be that long. These are just little glimpses into our life. We can do another one later if we want.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't even know if this is going to work. You might not be able to see us. There might be some kind of glare bullshit, or maybe you're too close. Maybe you're only seeing my right titty. I don't know what you're seeing. So, anyway, check this out.
Yeah.
Make sure you
Not
like...
our titties.
No. Well, I mean, if the fans want me to do an OnlyFans, I will. It's not going to be pretty. You're going to think you want it. You're only going to subscribe for a month. And then after that, you're going to be like, yeah, I saw enough of that hairy...
I didn't want
Yeah, I didn't need to see that hairy man's beehole. It didn't... It's not something that I need to be involved in. Although, I'm sure the bear community will love me. Maybe I'll do really well. Anyway, that aside, NFTFYB.com, check it out. Like the podcast. If you're watching this, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 so that we can actually maybe try to monetize a little bit or something. Because it's a labor of love. We love doing it. If magically we ended up getting a little bit of ducats for it, that would be even better. But at the end of the day, yeah, that's sea money.